Hello out there, and welcome to the channel, lords and ladies. It's great to see you today. I am your liege lord, the Godless Gamer. We're playing some more Elder Kings 2. This is episode 26 of my series, The Path to Alaxon. I'm a little apprehensive to hit the continue button because, as you know, we're dealing with an apocalyptic plague that broke out. But it's okay. I can't do much right now because I'm hunkering down, I'm secluding myself, I'm isolating my capital, which really limits the things that I can do. I can't do any activities, I can't travel anywhere, I can't go to university, which is something I wanted to do. I wanted to improve my intrigue education. We haven't touched this ever. Every single time we've gone to university, we've only improved our magical education. And I thought, let's go again, but this time to improve our intrigue. But I can't do anything right now. This plague is still ravaging. So I thought to myself, what are some of the things I can do while we're waiting for the plague to go away? Because I can't declare any wars or anything like that. So I thought to myself, how about we go back to managing the realm? There are some places in the Somerset Isles that I haven't touched yet. There are theocracies and republics that we need to get rid of. We haven't touched the Kingdom of Dusk yet. We've been putting this off, but it is something I can do. I have the available domain limit. Normally I'd have my domain limit open for conquest, but we're not doing that now, so let's manage this. I'm in the process of fabricating a hook against this woman just to make sure she doesn't give me any problems when we revoke her appointment. And then once that's done, we'll manage this. Because I'm not doing anything until this plague is done. I'll say it again. It's just not happening. We took precautions. Last episode, we cast resilience on basically all of my children and my wife. So we should be safe. But we'll see. Alright, I have a regent that's... The scales of power are getting too high for my liking. So I'm going to try to swing him a little bit. Because she's going to be my regent for a while until this plague is gone, so... I don't want her to get too powerful. 2 goblets, no thank you. Okay, 31 days and we'll start our... We'll get our land requisition, and... I don't know how many temples I'll be able to build, but we'll see. A strong hook. Okay, let's get to work. And my domain limit went up to 17, but that's okay. There are a lot of things that I can immediately drop. We'll move the capital here to the castle. Can't build anything here. There are no empty baronies, so this is easy. Give that away. This is a really big county, so I need to make sure there's 2 castles. She was holding on to 2 separate castles in this county. This one's the capital, so we can give this one away. Double checking, there are no empty baronies. There's none. So nothing needs to be developed. On to the next one. Same story. Nothing I can do here. I had to revoke those Holy Order leases in order to give these away the way I want to. Okay, on to the next one. This woman, she was holding on to a lot of things very locally. Like, she was holding on to multiple castles in single counties, and she was holding on to cities and stuff. I don't know why she was doing that. Not very smart, but that's the AI for you. I guess I didn't have to revoke those leases. I could have just... Whatever. It's my system. What I probably should have been doing is making sure hospices are built, but it's a little too late. The plague is already here. It's too little too late for that. So nothing that we took from her, we can develop. Okay, so all of that is managed. Let's check the counts and stuff that we took on when we took her title away. This needs to be taken away. I can... No, I can only build a city here. Damn it. Alright, so we switched the capital to the castle. Now for this. I don't have to touch this because everything is in order. Can't develop it. The guy's already in the... Or this woman is already in the county capital, which is the castle, so we don't need to manage that. What about you? This is something I can make use of. Oh, I see. She's a very powerful count. She has 3 separate counties. We'll start with Kellamora, and then we'll see how likely it is she's going to give me the other ones without fighting me. Did I move my steward? She's not giving me any problems. She did become my rival, but that's okay. We just have one more thing to take away, and then she becomes a nobody. And she's terrified of me, which really helps. Let's just take everything all at once. She's gonna accept every single time. So no rebellions. I'll give her a severance package, just to get her up to 100. Maybe we'll bury the hatchet at some point, but I doubt she'll scheme against me. She's terrified, and it's not in her personality. And we were building a city there. I'm just double checking. I don't want to miss anything. I know we're not playing and no time is going by, but I promise we'll unpause. We're getting a lot done. Okay, so city and a temple. And we'll throw some hospices in here. So that's all that I can handle right now with my domain limit. The next thing we need to do is revoke this duke's title and then manage his realm. And then we also need to create the duchy titles if we can. Like, I can't touch this one because we haven't managed Sunhold yet. In fact, I have to give these 2 counties to this person because they rightfully belong to the King of Sunhold, see? So this is another thing that I get to manage while doing all this. I'm taking land away from Dusk and eventually going to give it to Sunhold. What I'm going to have to do is hold on to these 2 counties as my direct vassals for the time being until I manage this. Because I don't want to grant these to the king right now. I don't know, actually maybe I could just do that because I don't have to manage these at all. I don't have to retake them away. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we'll grant. I hope I'm not being too confusing, guys. I'm just... So there we go. So now Sunhold owns all of its rightful land. We managed this island already. Okay, that's all we can handle. Let's unpause. Where's my steward? Keep an eye on the plague. I do have some building projects going on in my domain. I upgraded some things. And we're about to get our battlements innovation. When that drops, I'm gonna get to upgrade a lot of stuff. I'm not chasing after my dog. My dog ran away, and it didn't come back. The game is implying that my rival did something to my dog. But that's okay, I have that building, so I can just adopt another one. I'm preparing claims for our next war in Elsewhere. I'm trying to fabricate claims for this piece right here. All of this. And then after we're done fabricating claims here, I want to fabricate claims for this. Against this separate power, Carinthi, I want all three of these. These are 3 counties. And then I also want to get back to fabricating claims against Eldenroot. We almost have enough to fight and finish 3 complete duchies. So the next time we fight Eldenroot, we'll complete 3 duchies. But I need 2 more counties here. And I'm also waiting. I don't want to fight Eldenroot until the leader dies. She has 2 kingdom titles. And that's her highest level title. So when she dies, which is going to be soon because she's ailing, her realm will split in 2. And her death will end the alliance that she has with Cormount. So, I'm not going to fight in Valenwood until she dies. Hopefully she gets the plague and dies sooner. But until then, we're just going to keep fighting wars in Elsewhere. It is a girl. Okay. Our last Dibella died too young and ran away. So we're going to rename her Dibella. I just want to back up and see if it's... It seems to be dispersing in Black Marsh a little bit, but as soon as it disperses, the barony gets reinfected again. As I tread the desolate streets of my... What? Our capital is safe. It hasn't penetrated the capital. I find myself questioning why we are not shielded by Finaster from this dire affliction. After all, there are tales abound of miraculous healings granted to chosen individuals, especially favored by their deities. Have we been deemed unworthy of such divine favor, or have our supplications been uttered in vain? Perhaps it's time to offer another prayer, maybe even accompanied by a tribute of gold, to demonstrate that my devotion is not mere words, but a testament of unwavering faith. Let's do this one. There's only a 60% chance. But I have enough gold to do this. Plague resistance plus 10%. Or not 10%, just 10. And I get a huge health boost for 5 years. I'll take that. Yep. I think we're going to be okay as long as the plague doesn't penetrate our capital. Oop, here's some hospices we can upgrade. See what I mean? Good thing I just looked at that. Another thing I think that's boosting the plague resistance of my capital is the fact that my estate is here. We have the olive plantation, which improves plague resistance. So I'm wondering, because I'm not sure how it works, but my guess is that the estate is providing this barony some plague resistance. So I'm glad that my estate is here. It's been too soon since I cast Resilience on everybody. I'm going to use my son as a reference. We have 5 years. Because I cast all the spells at the same time. So, in 569, if the plague is still here, we need to cast Resilience on everybody again. But that's 5 years away. We have time. I'm not going to go on speed 5. I could, but I don't want things to get ahead of me. I still have a son that I need to raise. I have 2 sons I need to raise. And we haven't learned of Celebrimbor's trait yet. We don't know what kind of education we're going to give him yet. Okay, we can give this away now. I guess the cold weather is protects you against the plague. It doesn't seem to want to spread in Skyrim. But I mean, I think High Rock is pretty cold, right? It was a pretty arid climate, pretty mountainous, and it's like at the same latitude, so maybe it's not the temperature. Maybe that has nothing to do with it. Maybe it's because of all the waterways. The plague seems to spread along waterways, and like Cyrodiil would normally be protected if it wasn't for the Nibian Bay and all this. This lady's still kicking. Oh, I need to be fabricating claims, I forgot. She does it so quick that I forget to move her. Okay, on to the next one. I think we'll completely finish managing all of this by the time the plague's gone. So we're making a nice use of our time while this plague is going on. Alright, I had a great-grandson who's a genius. That's fine. As long as I don't have to... The Vingarian? That's cool. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're both castles. Doesn't matter. The capital can stay here. We're almost halfway to our next legacy. I don't think we're going to get our next legacy today. But I wasn't expecting to, because right before I started recording, I hatched this plan to use our time to manage our realm. And I wasn't expecting to be able to build many temples. So maybe we will get our next legacy today, I don't know. This is the last one before we have to revoke this Duke's title. Do we need to fabricate a claim against him in order to make him do it willingly? Nope, we don't. I'll zoom out and check on the status of the plague in a second. Okay, let's revoke this title now. We took on 2 counties, and we do need to manage them. I could build a temple here. But let's deal with the stuff that we just took on right now. Can't do anything here. The capital is already the castle, so give that away. I can't do anything here either. Oh, this is a city. This is a republic currently. Now, by the time we're done with all this, there should be no republics or anything. I can create duchy titles that didn't exist before. I know it's kind of arbitrary every time I switch a building, but if I see it and I want to switch it, I'll do it. I know I haven't been doing it every single barony. Like, that's fine. I'll leave that the way it is. Alright, we'll prioritize developing this county first, because I'm building the temple here. I can award this duchy now, because I don't need to hold on to it. The entire duchy has been managed, and I don't want to be over my duchy limit, which I currently am. Same with Dusk. I don't need this duchy title anymore. Everything has been managed. And I'm just gonna hold on to the Kingdom of Dusk title until I'm prepared or I have a family member available. And then when that time comes, I'll just take this guy's title away again and then just give it to a son or just a family member. But for now, I can give it to somebody else. Alright, let's zoom out, see how things are going. Ooh! It seems to be dispersing in Black Marsh. Maybe the, it's all downhill from here. I think we're gonna be okay. It's going away. And what I like is that it seems to be going away everywhere, not... I mean, the plague started in Black Marsh, so it makes sense that it's going away here first, but I think our realm should... we should see it start to go away in our realm, too. What I'm trying to say is that we don't have to wait too long. And I don't like that the plague didn't kill this woman. I mean, there's still time. See? It's going away on this island. Consult the Xarxians. Let's see. Oh, yo, you know what I should do? This is my favorite son. This is the son that I want to be my heir. He's got the 4 lifespan and the 2 tier 3 congenital traits, and he doesn't have unborn blood. He's my favorite to be my heir, so I'm going to designate him my heir. And I'm wondering if designating your heir has an effect on what the Xarxians choose. Let's see. Nope, they chose another one of my sons. My daughter recovers? Did she have the plague and get better? Everybody's safe. Including my wife. Very quiet today. I'm in the zone. And then once this castle is built and I move the capital here, we'll give away this duchy, which is a really big duchy, actually. It's a pretty big duchy. Varadan. This is the last claim that we need to get. So our next war against... I don't want to pronounce this, but whoever this is, this name, this power, the next war we fight will be against them for this. Now... Oh, no, we need to wait for this. Okay, so once this last claim is fabricated, after that's done, we'll start fabricating claims against these 3 counties. And then we'll finish up with the Elden Root claims. She's still kicking. Not interested in any alliances. The one that I arranged with High Rock might not last too much longer because the current ruler of High Rock he's ailing. Okay, now if we did our job right, there should be no republics or theocracies. This is a different kingdom. This is part of the kingdom of Shimmerine. This is not a part of the kingdom of Dusk. So we've done it. We've gotten rid of all the republics and theocracies. We built a few temples. We created a duchy title. We're about to create another duchy title. We created... No, this is the one we created. The Duchy of Dusk already existed. I just took it when I revoked that woman's title. Okay. I can't do anything about this duchy until I manage Sunhold, but we're going to wait to do that. It's going away. I think we've weathered the storm. We're not going to stop isolating or secluding ourselves. But I like that I was able to manage all that in the time span between the wars. It was a good use of our time. And now we're over half. We're 2/3 of the way to our next legacy. Maybe we will get it today. We're only halfway through the episode. It's only 30 minutes. Please die. My son wants... Celebrimbor wants to be a marshal or an intrigue, because that's what Rowdy is. If he's going to be my heir, what's going to be more useful? You all know how useful having a good intrigue education. Or you guys understand how useful intrigue has been. So, if he gets intrigue like I do, that's fine. I can make use of that education if he becomes my, my next ruler. Our capital never got infected. That's so cool. I do have a lot of magicka saved up right now. Just to be safe, just so I don't forget. I will cast another Resilient spell on my son. I'll give him common this time because I can afford it. The last time we gave him lesser. And then I'll also cast it on my wife. The two most important people in my life. I'll give her common as well. Okay? And then that should be it. I'm not going to cast resilience on any of my other family members. They should be fine. It has come to my attention that a lawless fugitive, my guest, has been staying in your court. Hand them over and so they can meet justice. Sure. She was just my guest. She wasn't doing anything. Like, she wasn't doing anything useful for me. With the ongoing epidemic in my realm, it would be wise to take whatever measures possible to safeguard my capital against this threat. Well, my capital's been fine up to this point. Fortunately, there are a few skilled alchemists and potion sellers who may be able to help in the battle against the disease. That reduced the control in my capital a little bit, so I'll just throw my marshal in there to solve that problem. Now, the plague is definitely going to have some control ramifications. The control in a lot of Tamriel is really bad, but you notice, just look at the colors. Like, most of this is yellow or purple, but you notice that my realm has a lot of gray and yellow. It's not that bad here. Compared to the rest of Tamriel, and not including the islands of Yakuta or whatever. Not including those, because the plague never came here. It never reached over here. But I think we weathered it better than most. Hammerfell got hammered, and Cyrodiil got hammered, and elsewhere got hammered. She's near death. We might possibly have a bunch of wars right around the corner. Okay, so the war these claims are done. Let's move on to here. Still won't declare war for a while. Not yet. But the worst is over. There's some free renown. Generous Aranel, let me express all my gratitude and bring you very good tidings. I've been thoroughly enjoying the quarters you've assigned me. Well, good for you. House Redoran lost the Imperial City, but they still hold the rest of the island, so they're effectively sieging the Imperial City. Because it's surrounded by enemy territory. Their realm is so ugly. Maybe once he dies, it'll affect House Redoran and this'll break up some. Uh-oh, my region's getting more powerful. I need to swing the scales of power again. I really need to end this regency quickly. One of my courtiers came of age. Alright, that's cool. Don't need to really do anything about that right now. The control is better in my capital. Doing a good job. Alright, I really don't want to end the plague until... I mean, I'm sorry. I really don't want to end the plague. What the hell am I saying? I really don't want to go to war until the plague has ended, because the second I go to war, my capital isolation ends and my seclusion ends once I declare war. Because once I raise up my troops, it's going to assign me as one of the commanders of one of the armies that gets raised up, which automatically ends my seclusion. So I really don't want to declare any wars until I feel safe. At least until the plague on the border of my capital has gone away. Because I can't end my isolation yet. Hey, look at that, my Spy Master grew a beard. Not that you guys care, but it's just something I noticed. He's been beardless his entire life. I don't need him to disrupt any schemes anymore, because there's not any dangerous ones going on. Somebody's trying to fabricate a hook against this guy. I don't really care about that. Let's start finding secrets again. Of course, where I want to declare war, the plague is still clinging on. In northern elsewhere. Of course it is. Alright, once there's no more plague on the border of my capital, we'll declare war. This woman is really rich. She has more money in the bank than I do. Give me some of that. We all know what happens when you give your child a nickname. When they grow up, they resent it, and then you get some event where you risk them becoming a rival. Let's avoid doing that. I'll take a little bit of stress. It's only one stress. It's nothing. Take one stress to save me a bunch of trouble down the road. Alright, I just need this to go away, please. We're about to get the theme song? Cool. And it gets interrupted. I have no interest in bringing this guy in to my court. Get out. Okay, there it goes. Oh, I wasn't secluded. And the capital isn't isolated either. I didn't turn those off. Whatever. It's fine. That means we can go to war. I'll muster my army where the plague really isn't, and then the second that we get the army together, I need to make sure I'm not commanding, because I don't want to risk getting the plague. So, Let's see what their allies are like. Do they have any? They're currently fighting a war. Oh, no, they're not fighting a war. They're allied with a really weak adventurer. This is going to be easy. Their capital is out of the way and inconveniently placed, but there will be no reason for us to capture their capital. I won't have to. It should be enough to get the war target and maybe fight some battles. Yep, it made me the commander right here. Okay, I'm off the field. We're good. She's dead. Elden Root just split in half. So now he's the ruler. He has an alliance with the other part of his kingdom, but the alliance between Elden Root and Cormount is now over. Haven isn't allied with Cormount. So there we go. That'll be a much easier war to fight. That'll be the next one we fight, I guess. In 45 days when this last claim is... Oh, and this one done. Carinthi just split up too. Wow, we're probably going to get a lot of conquests today. Okay, we'll do this. Finish this war, get this. Then we'll declare 3 simultaneous wars against all 3 of these before they eat these up. I need to gobble these up before they do. So we'll go after these next, and then we'll declare war on Elden Root for all of this. I'll get this claim too. In order to get this county, I have to do a separate war against Haven. So we won't get this, but we'll get all of this. Okay, let's go. I'll try to do it within this episode. All 3 of those, or all of those wars. I'll see if I can make it happen. It's good that we're fighting Quinral. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. It's good that we're fighting them because we're distracting them and not giving them the ability to take these because they're too busy fighting us. So this war with them will ensure that they can't get these. Alright, my spy master's doing really well. He's finding secrets. I still can't teach my youngest son languages. Why are my army so weak? We have enough on the field to win this battle, at least. Small oversight. It's a good thing I noticed it, and it's a good thing that we're not fighting somebody particularly strong, because, wow. And we just won that war instantly. I didn't have to... Thank you. Thank you so much. That saves me a bunch of time. Just disband everything. Okay, we'll wait a month or 2 before we declare our next war. Alright, I need to hold on to this because this needs to be managed. I don't need to manage this at all. The only thing I'll do is build some hospices here. The castle is the capital, so I can grant... Oops! I was expecting a not goblin. I'm sorry, guys. I do things so fast. That's not my fault. I can't give his I can't revoke his title because it's been too soon. I have to murder him. Damn it. I don't think anybody's gonna care, but that's another secret that I'm gonna have. And I would prefer not to have secrets. Okay, now, since it's a choice between an Alinori person or a Goblin person, the obvious choice is an Alinori person. Even though he's a dwarf, and he's a bastard, and he's been disinherited, and he's impure, and he's apraxic. Whatever. That's actually really bad, but... all that matters is that he's my religion. A lot of these are already fully developed, so I'm not going to get much use out of these. Here's a county I can develop. So out of all of that, 2 counties, so 2 temples worth. So I have to hold on to both of those until we're ready. And then when both of those counties are done, I'll create the duchy title and I'll give this duchy away. I forgot to end the regency. Fortunately, the regency... oh, no, it was providing me 1 extra domain limit. That's okay. We just learned... we just got a strong secret against... oh, she's not the leader. She's not the ruler. She's married. Oh, no, she is. She's the Queen of Cloudrest. We just got a strong hook against the Queen of Cloudrest. Very nice. It's good to have you back on your proper task, Spy Master. It's good to have you back. Alright, the next big power in Elsewhere that I want to fight is this one. This empire that's trying to grow, but I'm not going to let it. We'll fabricate claims for the rest of these. So that'll be another good war to fight. Once we have all the claims. I need all of these. Yep, the plague is still clinging on to northern Elsewhere. I can usurp a kingdom title. Sure, I'll do it. Just to take it out of the hands of somebody else, because eventually I'm almost able to create this kingdom title once we get these 3 counties, and then this one, whenever we fight Haven, we'll have enough land to create that kingdom. Getting these 3 counties will allow me to create 2 more duchies. Alright, this is a holy order requesting... Sounds good to me. Free money, essentially. Once these 2 things are managed, we'll declare that war, or those wars. I already have a strong hook against him, so that's useless. Now, I'm sure during all this process, I might have missed giving somebody the directive to convert my faith, but that's something that I can do between the episodes. That's something that I check. So even if I'm not on top of it, I will catch it later on. My son grew... That looks like a girl's haircut. Here, you put on my haircut. Same exact haircut as me. I wonder why it's clinging to Northern Elsewhere so strongly. Okay, we have enough domain limit to declare these wars now. And I think enough time has gone by where my army has recuperated. All my men-at-arms are at full strength. We could wait for some more levies, but I don't need them. I'm fighting 3 really weak counties. And only one of them has an alliance. Now, in hindsight, I didn't need those claims, but I did when they were under the control of Carinthi. But now that they're all split up, I don't need those claims anymore. I have regular Casus Belli that I could use. Because getting all the claims would have allowed me to take all 3 at once, but now I'm fighting 3 separate wars. Alright, let's make sure all of my men raise up this time. Already have a secret against... I mean, I already have a strong hook on her already. Yep, all of my men rose up correctly this time. I could have raised up a little closer, but I didn't want to risk it. Too many times, armies have caught me while I'm mustering my forces. Okay, so that's done. We should be really close to our legacy. Already have a strong hook on her. I'm learning secrets against people that I already have hooks on. I think it's safe to turn my physician off of that task. Instead of controlling plagues, let's go back to getting more monthly lifestyle experience. We just buried the hatchet with our rival, which I thought was what was going to happen, so... Alright, so here, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. I have to build a castle here. This county, I could build a temple. And this county, I could build a temple. So 2 temples at the end of all this. I'll take a strong hook against my bodyguard. Oh no, actually 3... Well, I have so much money. But the only thing I would be able to use it for is to get money from him. Is it worth to invest 300? Actually, never mind. It was an unnecessary hook. Oh, this temple holding already had... Okay, that's fine. It already had monasteries, which boosts plague resistance. So I kind of doubled down on the plague resistance there. That's fine. Let's fight a battle. There we go. Okay, here, we'll get the temple built. I'll try not to forget to deal with my prisoners. Boxing them in. There's not anywhere else they can run. Finally, somebody that I don't already have a hook on. He refused. My son. Alright, I won't reveal your secret, son, because I love you. And then we just got our battlements innovation. Alright, hold on. That's gonna be a lot to manage. 1 second. Want to check my legacy. Ooh, we're so close. I think by the time that... Because the 2 temples will give us 600 renown. So we will get it. Once those 2 temples are done, we're going to get our next legacy. Okay, I have a lot of money saved up. We'll go through all of our holdings one by one, start upgrading the castles, and any other buildings that I can upgrade. We'll start with... I have to check every barony. But I should be able to afford all of this. I stress should. Maybe I can ignore some of these minor building projects. We'll just focus on the castles first. That's probably what I should have done. I thought I'd be able to afford it all. Okay, that's all the important things done. Once we have more money, we'll go through them all again, and I'll upgrade the buildings. But all the castles are under construction, except this one. I missed this one. Oh yeah, I have to choose my new fascination. We're already being exposed to communal government. If we're just fascinated by it as well, it'll only take 2 years to finish. So let's do that. We'll be fascinated by communal government until it's finished, and then we'll choose the next one. Okay, now we have claims against all of that elsewhere power, that empire title. Don't need to fabricate claims against any of this because it's all broken up. Uh-oh. The Cult of Clavicus Vile? One of my vassals just became a Daedra worshipper. We need to get rid of that. Alright, he converted. Let's make sure we tell him to convert my faith. Actually, I don't need to fabricate any more claims. At least none that I can think of right now. So I'll just have my head of faith speed up that process. This temple's done. Okay, I can create this duchy in a second. We have to build a temple in a city. Hey, I've influenced my one son 3 times with his personality. So now he has a 4-dimensional personality. Oh, no. Yeah. He is a 4-dimensional now. Zealous, patient, trusting, and ambitious? That's not a bad personality. Control problems are going away. The control problems are really, really bad in Elsewhere, but that's because the plague is continuing to linger here. Alright, unfortunately, I thought we'd be able to get this, because I want to keep playing until we get our legacy, but I don't know if we're going to keep playing until we get this war done, because it might take a long time. Okay, that's all the temples upgraded. I mean, I'm sorry, that's all the castles upgraded. Train for a tournament. I'm not doing anything else. I just got wounded. That's not great. Alright, all the castles are built. So now that all the castles are upgraded, I can go back to building all the... So, like, I have things to spend money on again. I have developing to do in my own domain, not just in the places where we get conquest. Alright, it's a good thing that I'm a good healer. You gotta do everything yourself around here. I was worried that she had the plague, but she's just ill. There's our legacy. We did get it today. Alright. Thaumaturgic heritage. As Hal said, I have decided that magic will be the cornerstone of our dynasty legacy. Tales of Tamriel's legendary schools of magic: conjuration, alteration, illusion, destruction, restoration, and necromancy fill the halls of my court. Each school offers power and prestige, but also unique challenges. The time has come for me to choose which magical path that will define my house for generations. What kind of magical mastery shall we pursue? I'm asking myself, which spells do I find myself casting the most often? Early in the campaign, it was alteration, so I can cast transmute and get money constantly, but money is no longer a thing. Restoration has a lot of uses. For example, it protected us against all that plague. Resilience is a really nice spell. It allows me to heal myself. I just cast Mend Wound on myself. It's honestly the most practical of all the schools of magic. I don't think I've cast any illusion spells ever, or any destruction spells ever. I haven't needed to. Master Healers. Dynasty members are more likely to select Restoration perks. Dynasty members start with the number of perks in Restoration equal to their Student of Magicka trait level. I'm definitely choosing Restoration. That's like a no-brainer. Alright, lords and ladies. You know what? I think we're going to hold off. We'll save this war for the beginning of our next episode. But the plague is gone, and we weathered it. All my family members survived. We managed another part of my realm. Got rid of more theocracies and republics. Built a few temples here. Got our next legacy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 counties here, and then 3 here. So we got 8 counties worth of conquest today. Which is, I think, the most we've ever gotten. Sorry, I had to mute myself. I had to have a cough right there. When we fight Eldenroot, we'll take 8 from them. I'm not counting Hawthorne. So our next war with Eldenroot will be 8 worth. 8 counties worth. Let's finish managing this, and then I'll create those 2 duchy titles. And then we'll wrap it up. We got our next innovation as well, upgraded all of our castles, so we have new things to spend money on. We can upgrade basically every building in our domain. Alright, I'll start the construction of this city, but I don't care to wait for it to get built. I'm just going to give this away. This is the last thing we're going to manage. Okay, that'll do it. Before we wrap it up, let's go through everything. Make sure everything that I own here, all of my conquests and elsewhere, are purple. There should be no theocracies or republics. That's good. My religion is spreading, and like I said, I'll go through my vassals again to make sure I'm giving them the right directives. This Clavicus Vile religion is going to go away in 5 days. So that takes care of that. Eldenroot split up. That's another thing that happened today that was really good. I'm noticing that High Rock is losing its grip on some of Hammerfell. Maybe once the Emperor dies... Well, actually, no. I don't think anything is going to happen to his realm upon his death. He doesn't own anything aside from the Empire of High Rock title and this Kingdom of Wayrest title. He hasn't accumulated any other kingdoms. In fact, he has a really powerful vassal underneath him. He has this vassal, who's arguably more powerful than he is. I mean, look how much land that she owns. And look how big her realm is. Like, I'm not including all of High Rock. I'm just including the titles that he directly holds on to. See these, all of these. Not including the Empire title. So he's weaker than his vassal. His realm is just really ugly. Like, look at this. This is, like, really ugly internally. Whereas mine is nice and tidy. We've been keeping all of our vassals within their de jure lands. The only person within the realm that we need to manage their land still is my son, who's still my ally, which means I can't revoke his appointment since we're allies. So this is going to remain the way it is until my son dies or until our alliance ends or whatever. This will remain unmanaged. But we'll get there at some point. We've grown quite a bit. We're getting so much conquest now. I think... Oh, wow. We're 150 already. Damn. We're still feeling... No, we're feeling good. And we're suffering this aggravated wound, so that's affecting my health a little bit. But we're finally starting to suffer an aging penalty. This wasn't here before. Aging modifiers represent a character's declining health as they age. So here we go. Our old age is finally starting to affect our health, so we're on the decline. We're past our prime. So the question is, are we going to be able to conquer the rest of this before we die? We probably have another solid 50 years, plus some more. I mean, there are some things that I can do. I know I said I'd wrap it up, but I keep finding things to talk about. But if we want to live longer, if we really feel the need to live longer, and if I don't think I'm going to be able to build the Eldmeri Dominion before we die, I could always just finish the learning lifestyle and get the whole of body tree. I can get a medium health boost from healthy, and I can get a medium boost from whole of body. If we want. But we'll see. Now that we're fabricating claims for lands, we'll start getting larger and larger chunks of conquest every time, so our conquest will speed up as we go along here. But anyway, before I keep talking much more, because we're at an hour and 20 minutes now, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm really glad that we survived the plague and none of my family members died. We did get some more conquest. We got our next legacy and all that good stuff. So a very successful episode today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below. Leave your comments down below as well. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're still closing in on 2,300. We're less than 10 subs away from 2,300 subscribers, guys. So if you're not subbed already, go ahead and do that. I will see you guys in the next one. Episode 27 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.